and drown in the airwaves. Another fatal wreck on the information highway. So go ahead and kill. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today. Oh, a little bad hair day with a VeVe, DEVVE, DEFINITY, daCat, OMI, FIAS update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. I have a what do I have? I'm in a pool here. It is a very small pool, and in order to win, the Patriots score needs to end with a 4, and the Seahawks needs to end with a 5. Now the Seahawks can do that. They have 2 field goals, giving them 6 points. They just need another 3 field goals, adding 9, 15. So that actually makes sense. And then the Patriots just need to have 2 touchdowns, and then a win. It's the smallest pool ever, but you know what? It's fine. I'll take the 500. What we'll do with it, I don't know. I will keep you all posted. Definity just posted, tokenized markets are accelerating fast. From your perspective, which asset class is positioned to achieve meaningful institutional adoption? FX, commodities, fixed income? You decide. I'm giving some eyes here because I actually don't know the answer. And commodities already kind of had their boom, right? First trains, not many margins in FX. Fixed income? Yeah, fixed income is probably gonna, I mean, rates are gonna have to go up for banks. They're gonna have to come down from stables. Also, Japan's Nikkei 225 stock market hits record high, surging 6% following the prime minister's election victory. Takachi, go get that bread. Go get that bread, Japan. Okay, so yeah, Super Bowl weekend, Super Bowl day. I missed the Puppy Bowl before. I was a little bit busy. Apparently it was great, as always. And what did I do? I got this. I had a couple meetings, and then yeah, Green Day. I know some people are big mad at Green Day for their Super Bowl performance and being super political. Guys, they've been political for as long as I can remember. At least since the mid 2000s, like at least for 20 years, but to be honest, probably a bit before then. Back in the day, Pink, Green Day, Dixie Chick, like everyone was. Yeah, it wasn't as common to be political back in the day as it is now, but I still like their music. I know, some people are just like, oh, they should leave politics. Maybe they should. I don't know. Their music is still good. I still like their music. Anyway, we're about to end the first half here. I think Bad Bunny is going to be playing. I don't actually know any of his songs. I take away my brown card. I don't really know Bad Bunny. I don't know that. That singer, apparently he's got a couple Grammys, and apparently the song's very good. Take away my brown card, take away my young card. I don't know much about him. But again, apparently he's good and people like him. I heard a rumor that all the songs that he's going to sing are going to be in Spanish. I don't know if, it's probably know your target audience, but it's just me. All right, Felipe B, 1039 saying, Randy, 100K gross means nothing if the margins aren't there. I wouldn't say it means nothing, but yeah, if there were like no margins, agreed. That is turnover, not profit. Yeah, it's gross income. Once the big brands take their licensing cut and bills are paid, the real number is a total mystery. That's true. But we actually, it's publicly not available what the actual margins are. I'm going to say there's money left over after, now granted, how many people are under there, are working for them, and how are they paid? I guess that's also a mystery too. At one point, they did have about 100 people. I don't think they have that anymore. I don't think there's a need when we have like 1,000 people in the app at once. So yeah, and the people that we do know are all kind of community members. There's very few people, like that's was a small minority of them. And again, I know there was a lot back in the day. Now, I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, this really shouldn't take away the fact that they are doing big numbers compared to everyone else, which isn't. They're not doing anything. So again, I don't want to take away from the good stuff that they're doing by trying to nitpick things and be like, oh yeah, this actually means nothing. It definitely still means something. And again, are you correct that we don't actually know the real profit margin after everything? Yes, you are. But I feel like that was framed in a fairly negative way. And I'm just going to be just counter to that and say this is still very positive. Obviously, it's not if they're still operating at a net negative, which they probably are. Not for this drop. This drop was definitely profitable. Boba Fett doing 70-something grand. Very happy about that. Very excited. Chung Lee only did like 30-ish. I was very surprised because I should have known with Boba Fett because again, you got a lot of old heads here. You got a lot of unks, and the unks are the people that they have the money. They have the who is Snapchatting me? Ah, my man. Ah, my other man. Coinbase unveils Super Bowl ad. Congrats, Coinbase. Okay, I actually can't play that because I mean it is a Super Bowl ad, but I'll get demonetized if I play that music. Anyway, Coinbase has their Super Bowl ad, so good for them. Where was I? I forget what I was saying. Total mystery. Oh yeah, yeah, a lot of unks in here, and those are the people that buy the and the movie props on top of that. Like this did really well. And I know people, know a bunch of people like, hey, you're not really getting anything, as far as gem wise, profit unless you get the secret rare or the special edition. And yeah, fair point. People still went for it though, and it's awesome. I do think a lot of what is out there is it's kind of undervalued. I'll show you what I mean here. Okay, well, the torch it up, this is obviously over. This is a good 6x over the price of retail, 150. The retail price is 25. The common at $2.25. How many of the commons were there? 1977? Let's see. The editions. 1980. 1,980 of them. Like, I get it. It's not going to be $100 each. But I feel like it should be more than $2.25. Now, granted, this is on VeVe. I assume on Stacker might be lower. I don't know. I'm trying to sort by lowest edition here, and it's not letting me. There we go. Number 21 either was not minted or it's not up for sale. 33. You get $66. Oh, wait, what? Hold the freaking phone. I X'd out. It's $22 for number. I mean, I guess it's still 10x the price, but $22 for a number. What was that? 23. Number 32. Okay, it's actually not that special. It's number 25 for 39. How much is this? What's 100,000 OMI? What are we at? It's like $12. $12 number 62. I mean, that's actually not bad. It's actually really good. I mean, I should get it. Like, it's $12, right? I mean, the thing is, Boba Fett's awesome. I do want to go in and get another partner statue, though. I have 2 already, but $12 here, $20 there, $50 there. Kind of adds up after a while. And it's like, oh, if I didn't buy these last 50 things, I would have been able to get another partner statue guilt-free. The guilt would have been optional. Also, there are no more Spider-Man Noirs. Those have been bought off the market. There's been a lot of those being bought the last few days, and I don't know why. Partner statue still $9.19. I like to get them at like $8.50. They're not $8.50 anymore. Todd's are back over 300. I mean, at the end of the day, anything under 1,000 is still probably a good deal for the what's that called? For the partner statue, but yeah. Anyway, when Keeter said, I think he's just showing buying interest is still around in VeVe, where many other NFT companies have closed their doors. Agreed. He knows hotline revenue isn't the same as bottom line profit. Agreed. I appreciate you coming to the defense over here. But yeah, like you said, I think I don't know how this drop did, but McFarlane Toys, which honestly I thought they just kind of soft went away, but they had something the other day with Penguin, and people were on the VeVe Facebook, because it's like VeVe Collectibles and Friends or something like that. I don't know what I did to my pinky, but it is gone. I like can't feel it. I don't know why. Anyway, we had some people that were not necessarily excited for the collectible, although there probably was some of that. There's people like, yeah, there's I think 1,500 of them. They're $10 each, and they're like, this is how you price a collectible. This is how you get people excited. And again, I don't know how the drop did, but even if it's sold out, that's only $15,000. Like daCat's going to do more than that. And now, granted, daCat's like a readable comic with a bunch of first appearances in there, but and Penguin's already on VeVe. But again, even if it did really well on McFarlane Digital, and I don't know if it did or not, but even if it did, that's only $15,000. And again, I'll take it. There's a lot of VeVe comics that do far less than that. I think they just kind of do that for contractual obligation reasons. But there's a lot of stuff on VeVe that does do less than that. So it's like, okay, that's still something. It's good. But again, like I see people complain about the pricing that VeVe does, or blind box drops, or like whatever. I think just people just want everything to stunk, and it's not stonking, not stonking yet. And again, you have to look at the overall effect, and what does $15,000 do for McFarlane Digital? I mean, that's at least some type of revenue, and I'm happy they're still seemingly around. But the $15,000, like that's the max it could have made. I know it looks better when something sells out. But like, yeah, if we would have made it $20, then we could have made 30,000. And even if we wouldn't have sold out, let's say we had made $20,000 on the drop. Well, at least that's still making more than if you sold out on the the $15,000 drop. Like, and it's like, okay, I get that, but it does look better when stuff sells out. Now this drop, the Boba Fett one, didn't sell out, but it sold more than half. Let's take a look at what the final thing is here. Go to editions, how many were sold. And it is not telling me. Let's go out. Let's go back in. Don't say nice. It's too easy. Man, now they're really not letting us know what the heck's going on with the numbers. I'd like to know. Before it had made over 70,000. It was like 71,000. We'll figure that out later. Hey, this is Randy on commercial break from Super Bowl. Just wanted to say, Abe first, my man. Meow, 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 meow. Travas Gregoria says, yo, what up? What up, Travas? Oh, God, my back. Ah, my other back. Dr. Fidgetal says, Iron Man 616, reposting the stream, my man. Go get that bread. Oh, shoot. Ugh. I don't know. Okay, there we go. The phone is dying. Dr. Fidgetal.eat saying, good evening, fam. Good evening. Ben in Korea saying, hey, Randy, what's going on, Ben in Korea? Thank you for being a member. Appreciate it, brother. Okay, let's get to, here we go. 2936. Why did I open up eBay? That was redunculous. What are we at, 25? So about $73,000, give or take. And, oh, why, thank you, good sir. My good sir, William, giving me those numbers over there. The sold edition. Actually, you sent it without having the sold editions. I couldn't see it, but I found it though. So it's good. Yeah, we sold a bit more. I don't know, what did we do, 65%, give or take? There's 2,040 editions left, which I don't think we sell out right away. I don't think we sell out for a while. Another 51,000. So what would this have been? 125. Oh, so we did again about 55, 60% sellout, which again is fine. I'll take it. And there's no bounty for this, which again I expected Chun-Li to do better, and I expected Boba Fett to do worse. I was wrong on both accounts. Chun-Li still sold about 511. Now, obviously, most of that 511 for Chun-Li was the secret rare. Like that sold out immediately. Because I know. Again, that sold out immediately because it's 257 of them, which is, I know they wanted it for like the guaranteed scarcity, but as of right now, there's actually more secret rare than there are common and rare combined. I'll repeat that. The secret rare Chun-Li has more supply of them, like more of them have minted than the common or the rare combined. So, you know, you pay, like, I mean, people paid for it. You know, they paid $80 for it. And the common, which is half the price, only sold 171. And the rare, which I'm not gonna lie, the rare, I don't know what game that's from. She looks badass. Like, you could see her jackness. Her level of jackness is swift. And the dude, I don't know who this little dude in the background is. He's awesome. I mean, this does not leave much to the imagination, but yeah, she looks badass. But I can't tell where it's from. Oh, that's a bro. She's kicking fire, like straight fire from her feet. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's badass. And yeah, Jesus, big muscle. But although I don't know what's going on with her ring finger there, so long. Yeah, I don't know where this outfit is from. I can't remember which game, so I get it's not that memorable. But there's only 3 of those. I'm sorry, 83 of those things out there. Now, granted, you can get up to 987 of them, but actually, even with this, when does it start at? Because let me see this additions. Yeah, 50 worth held. So actually, you can really only get 937. But yeah, 83 of them are sold, and that's it. So that is pretty rare. Are we gonna get more Chun-Li's in the future? Maybe. I mean, there's a bunch of other characters to go through. E Honda's really cool. Dalsim is like, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I was not good at the Street Fighter games. It's not that they weren't my bag. They were awesome, but they were really hard. And Dalsim, you kind of have like a range attack without having a range attack because he's like freaking Monkey D. Luffy and he can stretch forever. So I used him, but yeah, I just was not good. Like, I was more like Mortal Kombat. I was great at Marvel vs. Capcom. I was great at Street Fighter. I was not good at, really bad. But yeah, there's a bunch of other really cool characters that we'll get before we do like starting to get doubles of Ken and Ryu and Chun-Li. But it's interesting to know that this is the order of popularity that both Capcom and VeVe think, like, okay, we're gonna do these, and this is, so Chun-Li, the Interpol agent, is apparently the 3rd most popular character, according to them. Now let's do meow. Bill Gardner saying, what up, Bill Gardner? How's it going? Yeah, we're slowly, every now and then, taking a look at the score of the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, Seahawks got 9. All right, so you know what we need now? Well, it's halftime. We need the Seahawks to get 2 more field goals and the Patriots to get 2 touchdowns with the extra points. And then if that's the end of the game, that's pretty cool. Win $500. And what do I do with it? I'm just gonna keep it. I'm not gonna do anything with it. Because I had to do something recently that cost me a bit of money. But I actually do many things recently that cost me a bit of money, but it's all good because I get a little. Oh, there's a new teaser for the Super Mario Galaxy movie in theaters April 1st. Oh my god, I can't wait to see that. It might go at midnight. I might do a bunch of stuff. So travel this year. Honestly, I'm just mostly gonna be in New York for most of it, but the rest, I'll be in Vegas in May. So if anyone wants to go see Hillary Duff with me and Brittany, y'all can come hang. I don't have a. Oh, I'm in Mexico in early May too. It's a buddy of mine's birthday. He wants to go in and have a good time, but it'll be the weekend after Cinco de Mayo. I haven't been to Mexico in a minute. And the last time I went was for Wendy's birthday, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and that was insane. Guys, partying with Mexicans, they don't stop. It's not like, now I get it. When you're younger, yeah, you go to 3, 4 a.m. When you're older and you're in your 30s, a lot of times like, bro, it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Like you're kind of done by like 12, but sometimes you rally and but Mexicans, they start at like 2 in the afternoon and they are still drinking at 7 in the morning. Like after Wendy's birthday, we left the club and we go to a place for breakfast because the roosters are freaking out, and it was like I had given, like I was good. I was dancing till like 3, 4 in the morning. I was getting that bread. And then I needed to sit down. Then I was like, Wendy, I'm checked out over here. I need to sit down. I scrolled on Reddit for a bit. And anyway, then a few hours later, which they kept on feeding us drinks. A few hours later, we finally go to this breakfast place, and the people that we're with are still drinking at breakfast. I was like, y'all have been at it for 15, 18 hours, however long. Like it was insane. Hopefully this time when I go, it's not because I'm with a little bit of an older crowd. It won't be that bad. Keep you posted. What else we got here? Oh, birthday from a friend. 4th of July. I usually do something every year for that too, because military stuff. I'm usually with my military peeps. Surprisingly, not a lot of them are in Jersey anymore, which is good because I freaking hate driving into that place. Never drive in again. Yeah, that's really going to be it. July will be San Diego. October will be New York Comic Con, and then Vegas again in November. But I don't think it's going to be that crazy of a travel year for me. I'll keep you posted. Goonies 2 trailer. Goonies making a second movie? Get the fudge out of here. Is it going to be the same cast? I mean, it's 2, so it's got to be the release in 2027. Sweet. Spielberg and Chris Columbus are going to be producing. All right. Oh, Sean Astin's coming back. Josh Brolin's coming back. Laquan. Oh my God. Okay, they've expressed enthusiasm for returning in some capacity. Doesn't mean they're actually there. Jeff Cohen, who played Chunk, retired from acting, so he's not going to be in it. Oh, Anne Ramsey passed away. Damn. So did Sloth. I'm into it though. I'm into it. All right. Anyway, how many days of news do we have to go over? I can feel it's probably a few. Did I do Tuesday? I think I did Tuesdays, right? Installation, shutdown. Yep, I did Tuesday. All right, so we just got Wednesday, Thursday. Oh shit, we got today's Sunday. What the hell have I been doing the last few days? All right, we're in February. So Thursday, I had Magic on I had Magic on the podcast on Friday, and then I had my friend Joe on yesterday. So then Thursday, I think I did up to. Did I do? Oh, hold on, give me one sec. Oh no, we did Wednesday. Okay, so just do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, that's what we'll do. But first, we got to go over crypto. Movie is real. I think the trailer is just made by fan. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Oh my God, the water's so good. Okay, you're doing that. You're doing that. Let's start out with DEVVE because that's what I'm on. Oh, goddamn, DEVVE's down another 8.5% to 6.7 cents. $5.9 million market cap. If I didn't know any better, I'd be like, yo, this token's dead. But I do know better. I know the founder and CEO, and I know what's going on with DEVVE and FIAS, and I'm chilling. I'm really so what is 100,000? 6,700. I want to try to get 1 million tokens because, again, fundamentally about the company, nothing's changed. Now, granted, I put like 70K into it, and I have, I think, less than a tenth of that now. I don't know. It's like 180,000 tokens, but one of my things needs. I should buy a ton more, but I did. I'm floating a lot of money for someone right now, and it's not fun. And eventually, if something happens with the money that I'm floating in a good way, that person won't even need to pay me back. I'll just be like, bro, we're good. What I did with this wound up being great. 47,000 in volume over on Uniswap, but it's got to be a stupid. Still over 250,000 in volume though across all exchanges. So I don't. All right, it's still doing its thing. And again, fundamentally nothing's changed. But you look at the Telegram, like you look at the, like I was helping someone yesterday with like just getting into crypto. So a buddy of mine gives me a call, and she's like, "Hey, I have this very important person. He's a client of mine, but he's a friend, but he's also a client of mine, and like he wants to buy this XAI token. Have you heard of it?" I was like, "No." And she's like, "Yeah, he heard about it on a podcast. He really liked what he heard." I told her to give him my number. She did. He gives me a call. I was like, "Hey, how's it going? Randy Chavez. This is what I do." And he's like, "I hear you're looking into the XAI token." And I looked it up on Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko. It's in the top 1,000, and it's like $22 million market cap, had like 5 million in volume. And the X on it had like a couple 100,000 followers. The Telegram was not really active at all. And on the X account, it looked like and it got decent impressions, but a lot of the comments were really negative. And it wasn't like, it was just like, when are you gonna have this market turnaround? When are you gonna pump the token? So it's like a lot of the stuff that I see typically in legit projects that the token just took a beating, which it did. This token's down like 98% since launch 2 years ago. So I look at the website, it's a gaming token, they have assets in other games, and I was like, okay, there might be something here. A lot of times when I take a look at toga, I just immediately write them off because of one thing or another. But I was like, hey, there might be something here. It's like I'll look further into it. So anyway, the guy says like, yeah, this podcast, Elon Musk's behind it. I was like, no, he's not. Like I didn't even have to check. I was like, no, he's not. I was like, listen, you might be, or the person that was in this podcast might be talking about XAI, like the actual company. I was so 100% positive Elon Musk is not involved with this. When I heard XAI, I did not even think the XAI Elon Musk thing. I thought it was just, which again, it's pronounced Zai. It's like a gaming token. So I tell the person like, hey, listen, we're not, Elon Musk has not, like, be advised, Elon Musk has nothing to do with this XAI token. It's called Zai. It's a gaming token. And it could be cool. There might be legit business over here. Have to do more. And after I tell him, he still wants to buy in. And then ChatGPT gave him like a scam website to buy it at, because it was on like the Arbitrum thing and the Arbitrum chain. And it is harder to buy for like a crypto noob. His Bitcoin was there for 7 days. Like he was just super new to crypto. He's like, I bought Bitcoin. I want to use Bitcoin to buy this. I was like, but Coinbase was holding his funds for 7 days. And I was like, be advised, like nobody really buys Bitcoin to, they don't buy Bitcoin to sell it. Yeah, or like trade it for these tokens. A lot of times you do it with ETH, but this one, it's on Arbitrum. And like I could walk you how to do it, walk you through how to do it. So he sends me like a thing for his Trust wallet, and he's like, let me play around with it. I was like, okay, no problem. And then he gets called to this like scam website that like ChatGPT gives him like $4,000, and then just, and I was like, this is why I wanted to walk you through it. Anyway, yeah, so again, I bring that up because it's the same in like every Telegram, every X. Like a lot of people get into something because the project is legit. And for the XAI token, again, it just looked really cool. I didn't really take a deep look in it afterwards. But you can't help it when people sell. Like you have people that get in at super early, and then they sell. That's similar to what's happening with DEVVE right now. So it's gonna be okay. Do they like funny? No, they're good. And again, but you have people that don't understand this. You have people that come in and it's their first time investing in anything, and then I got all pumped. Got pumped with what? Oh yeah, the Goonies 2 trailer. Anyway, you have people that come in that first time investors, and they hear stories of other people saying like, yeah, I put in this a week later, 3x. And they put in something, and they're waiting on announcements, they're waiting on stuff. And again, the founder's a genius, and he's so smart, and we're doing stuff together. And but because of the overall market, the DEVVE price just got destroyed. And well, okay, what happened with that? Well, when it got destroyed, a lot of people that were, and it got destroyed, I don't want to say for good reason, because it went from like 35 cents to like 20-ish cents when they found out like the delay was happening, when the institution or the exchange that they're partnering with like was not announced. It will get announced at some point this year, not 100% sure when. But yeah, it got like, people think that a startup in tech had a delay, and that was reason enough for them to just yeet everything. So it went from like 32 cents to like, or 35, 38 cents maybe, to like 20 cents. Now be advised, this started at 9 cents, went to $1.80, went back to 12 cents, went back to $1.80, and then has been on a slow decline ever since, mostly because of the overall market. So this did that before the most recent bloodiness of the last few weeks. And then, 17 cents, 16, and then the entire bloodiness came down. It like got cut in half, down to like 7 cents or 8 cents, whatever. And now it's down to 6. But again, fundamentally, nothing's changed about the company. If anything, DEVVE and FIAS are in a arguably better position now than they were beforehand. But this is coming from a company standpoint. The token, again, just got majorly rocked, and no one really knows where the bottom is. I could keep going. I'm floating a bunch of money for a friend right now, or else I probably would get more DEVVE tokens, and I still might, but I have to wait for that to come in, because I'm floating quite a bit for him. Anyway, like I said, DEVVE, in my opinion, they're gonna be fine. The company's great. The tokens, honestly, for all of the stuff that I do, like DEFINITY they had their best month ever in January, following their best month ever in December. So they keep having their best month ever, and the token price has gone down because the token price is not indicative of the health of the company, and it's just, and again, like, could it go lower? Sure. It could only go lower. Sure. And again, really no reason. I mean, there are reasons for it, not good ones though. Very easily explainable. Anyway, so that's DEVVE. Let's take a look at, let's do DEFINITY, as I just mentioned it. We are down about 2.5% to 1.2 cents, 1.24, $1.9 million market cap. Oh gosh, a little less than $1,000 in volume, so pretty low. But yeah, between the token and the shares of the company I have, like DEFINITY, DMA Link, Bloomsbury is by far my biggest bag, and this is why I say like all of my crypto holdings can go to zero and it's not going to matter, because shares in the company is insane. So I've been pivoting a lot the last couple years where, yeah, I still go into crypto that I believe is undervalued, and at these prices, yeah, I'll still DCA, but you know, I've been living like a pauper for a few years, and with good reason. I've been building up a lot of shares in other companies, and that has paid off handsomely. So it was 100% worth it. But uh, you know, I kind of want to start living life again. I mean, I started to back in, what was it, July of last year. My back started to get better, and then in August really started getting better. And then September I was at the gym again, and then you know I'm getting it back. So I start dating again. I do whatever, and you know I go to find a permanent bae, a permanent, like, you know, girl, and I'm in Utah, I'm in Florida, Ohio, Arizona, Vegas, obviously New York, and it just you know, and then I find someone, and then it doesn't work out. And long story short, you know, I kind of jumped the gun a bit because um, expecting at least DEVVE to go up in December, and then it didn't. It's like, huh, thought I was going to have a couple $100,000 here, and and then it's like, okay, it just went down, and the money I have to consider again untouchable at this point, and not even just not selling, but not having to, but wanting to dollar cost average at these prices. Again, I guess the way I should look at it is that I had a few great months of fun, and I just got to grind again. And instead of getting, like, let's say if I'm working for a company now where, let's say I raise them some funds, instead of getting paid a commission, they would give me more than I would have made in commission in shares, which I've done in the past, and it's been beautiful. But I would have to like take a lesser amount, because, like, again, I just need fiat, because like you can't eat shares, like you can't pay for, you know, food and stuff like in shares of companies. So I'll just have to start taking fiat and then just start stacking crypto. I mean, over the last few years, anything I put in crypto, with aside from daCat, surprisingly, but everything else I put in crypto has just gone down, just because the overall ebbs and flows of the market. Again, aside from daCat, surprisingly, and anything I put in shares has gone up. So I probably should continue doing that, but God, crypto's so low. Like, this is retarded. So that's what I want to do. I'll keep you posted on what it is. So yeah, that's Definity with a less than $2 million market cap is absolutely insane. Jeremy Padawer is rating Bad Bunny's halftime show. I just want to see the results, man. I don't want to. Let's go to Reddit. Reddit usually has good memes. Memes. And we're going to sort the memes by new. The Animaniacs thing where they do the countries and states and their capitals, whatever, or just the countries. So I guess that was Bad Bunny. I thought was cool. Who needs to see a preschool class in front of their truck while they have a 6,000-pound ego booster? What? American trucks and SUVs now have blind spots that can hide 12 children. I don't know what that meme is supposed to mean. Okay. He was joking about the Epstein list. I figure that. Oh my god. Oh wait. This isn't real. New England doesn't have 9. I'm tripping, right? Like they're tripping. Oh, Seahawks have 9. I don't know why someone edited that to make it look like it's 6-9. Well, dumb. All right. Anyway, when you're on the bus and not holding any pole, but the driver suddenly brakes, so you have to low key hit this post. Okay, so I guess there's vehicle commercials, Super Bowl commercials. Oh god, are they cosplaying as Kevin from the Office? That's amazing. Apparently Robert Irwin's at the Super Bowl. Set up, punchline. Oh god, me eating. I can't believe Manscaped had a Super Bowl ad. What the heck? No eating. Me eating snacks during a Super Bowl time commercial. Manscaped throwing up. That is wild that Manscaped had a Super Bowl commercial. Somebody's about to... Me watching the Super Bowl knowing that somebody's about to lose their life savings. Yeah, there's a dude that bet on the Seahawks. He bet like $33,000, and I'm rooting for him. Don't care about that. Thunder start. Okay, teacher question. Okay, I guess there's no good memes yet, or there's been no memeable moments. I guess the halftime's still going down. Okay, anyway, what do we do? Let's talk about daCat real quick. We're probably going to have 2,000 comics now to match the $700,000 market cap. There's $6 in volume today. Jesus, that's low. There is, my back. My other back. What do we have here? We got 6. Yeah, I know 6, 7. We're gonna have 2,000 comics, the physical ones. I'm gonna do it. Gonna commit. I'm gonna order a Bowflex. No, sorry, that's a Infinity War reference. Yes, Infinity War reference. And I'm gonna commit. I'm like, how do you? My friend Vinny said this to me once. Like, pretend you're, a dress shop owner. Weird way to start a conversation, but okay. I was like, how do you sell 500 dresses? I don't know, marketing. And I begin to answer. It's like, you have 500 dresses. I was like, okay. How do you sell 2,000 comics? You got to have 2,000 comics in your inventory. Do giveaways, a live stream, or whatnot, TikTok shop, all that jazz. Oh my God, my back. So that's what we'll do. We'll have that to match the digital. I think it's a lot. It is a lot. I'm positive they'll sell, but yeah, that's going to be a constant thing. And VeVe will probably take some for whatnot. I'll sell them super cheap to VeVe, so this way they get some upside. Because like they need more merch in order to sell. Like they need more product. So with daCat, they'll get a bit. And again, it's very good. So we'll do both. You might even be able to get it at a discount coming from VeVe, which I really don't want to do that, but it might be the same price. I'll just sell it to VeVe at the discount. So this way they make some upside. What's up, Millie? Saying what's up, Randy? What's up, fam? So we just finished going over daCat, Definity, and DEVVE. So you're just in time. Talk about OMI. $34.5 million market cap, down about 1.5% on the day. Pretty negligible. 0001275. And not a ton of, well, I mean, that's just Uniswap, but let's take a look at CoinMarketCap, see what actual type of volume there is, where it's coming from. And we are at 1.3 million in volume, down about 4%, but let's see where it's at. 4% from Uniswap on Base, 21% on Bing X, 39% on DeepCoin, which I'm not convinced is even real. The Sendex I don't count either, but 4% on that version of MEXC, 5% on this version. USDT has 5%, and then I'm going to guess it's USDC on the one that has 4%, which is fine. And then the rest, again, less than 2% on OKX, less than 2% on Kraken. Kraken's good to be on, but it's just, I think part of the reason they went on Kraken was to just kind of shut people up and be like, hey, here's what we did. We're on Kraken. See how it's not doing anything? Exchanges are not the end all be all. I don't have to say that to y'all. You'll know it. But it is good to have it so that when we do start revving up, they do start. Kraken's a big place that people will get it. Where's the... Oh, Millie had mentioned on my stream the other day, he wasn't on, he was just commenting, that David came on his space recently, or one of his spaces, because he has so many. And he had mentioned that there'll be a nice surprise in February. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Be advised, the announcement is not going to be the big announcement from last year that David was talking about. That's still going to come. I don't know when. I don't know what type of announcement will. I do know there's a few announcements in the pipeline. I don't know what they are. I don't know how big they are. How many of them are gonna like move the needle on OMI? Again, the way like the fear greed index, we're at like a 5, like very extreme fear in the markets. Although we were up to 72K Bitcoin before, and now, yeah, we had that little spike up back down to 70 now though. Better than the 60 we were at a few days ago. Oh, it's so freaking cold here. But anyway, that's OMI. I keep saying I'm kind of like done spending OMI on Stacker. You know, like I'm done spending. I don't need any more collectibles. If anything, I've spent too much. I spent too much OMI getting collectibles on Stacker, but I keep looking at it every day, like multiple times a day, because at the end of the day, I still love this shit. It's still addictive. I still want to buy it. It's still freaking cool. It's still fun. If I ever don't look at Stacker for like a week or two, then it's like, this might be concerning. But again, it's still fun for me. And because again, I think VeVe will be insanely successful to the point of like near overexposure at some point. So getting a partner, again, it's still under $1,000. I still think that's a great deal. I like to get around 850, 825. The logos are so like it's like 4,600. Nobody's paying that right now. I mean, they might, but typically when logos go down to like 3,500, that's when they get bought. 4,600 is a lot right now. Cigar Spider-Man 2,500. It's a good amount. I should get that. Like, I mean, and here's the, I asked Magic the other day, and now for me, going in, and I talked about this with my friend Joe yesterday. He went, he's big into Pokemon, bigger than I am in it, obviously right now because I'm not in it right now. But he started in like 2016, like really getting into it, and he just did it for the love of the game, just for passion of the hobby. He buys it. He doesn't really sell all that often. If he does, it's like a flip, like he's buying with the intention to sell, but mostly he just buys to hold. And we're going over our Masaki Gengars, where I sold mine. Now he has a PSA 9, which is worth like 7 or 8 grand right now. Oh, Rachel. Oh, it's good to see you. Sorry. Now I had a PSA 10 years ago, and be advised, the PSA 10 Masaki Gengar now is like $80,000. I sold mine 4 years ago for 14.5. Probably should have held on to that. Anyway, why we talked about Pokemon and why I bring this up is because he claims like, yeah, you got in and out quick, you made a bunch of money, and you went on to other stuff, and that's true. But I also started for the love of the game. Like I started just because I love that stuff. And it's at the end of the day just stuff that's timeless. As long as it doesn't get damaged in a certain way, you could have that stuff forever. But I'm of the mind where if I buy something for a certain price and then somebody offers me like a 5x on it, yeah, sure, love you, Pokemon card, but you know, Papa Chava's got to pay those bills, so got to invest in more crypto. So I do that, where that's great monetarily. That I feel like that does eat at your soul a little bit, because you know, do you really love it? Can you be bought? One thing that really, I won't say shook me, but Michelle Ivy, the biggest Ninja Turtles fan in the world, a good friend, I love her. She's awesome. Was on the podcast not too long ago, and she had mentioned that you know, she has a signed, like a first print. There's only 3,000 of those in the world that were ever made. So she has first print Ninja Turtles thing. 2 of them, and one is signed by the 2 creators. I think both of them might be signed. And the one that she has, like, one she brings to every convention so people can touch it and feel it. She's like, this is meant to be held. Like history, nice to look at. It's nice to appreciate, but it's also meant to be held. It's meant to be read. And I was like, oh my God, I love you so much, girl. And then again, she's had some financial troubles recently, and sold her house. But she has a signed card that's one of 3,000, and it's signed, and it's in such mint condition to probably get a 9.8, if not 9.6. Either way, $50,000, $80,000 comic. I was like, you could sell that, and you could like, my troubles be over. She's like, I can't, like, because this is like, what's the point in like that money if you don't have Ninja Turtle stuff? And I was like, I love this chick so much. It's like that scene in Gilmore Girls where Lorelai's talking to Rory. She's studying for finals for senior year. She's like, what's the point of being pretty if I fail my finals? And it's like, dude, priorities, right? So like that's a true fan. And I remember once being 19 in my second apartment, struggling. Like, this is, guys, apartments in New York, even back in 2010, fairly expensive. So, struggling just because I am living on my own at 19. I get a second apartment. I get a, I get, like, my people that I were living with were like, hey, you got to get your shit out of here. Like my, not childhood home, I guess childhood home. So I get my Game Boy thing where I have my original copy of blue, red, gold, silver, and the silver battery like had died at that point, which is weird because it wasn't like 10 years old. It wasn't that bad. But my gold version still had all its Pokemon on it from when I played, and I took a video of it. It's gone now, but I was genuinely thinking like somebody could offer me $1 million for this gold cartridge, and I would say no, because like at the time, again, I wasn't in finance, and money didn't, despite struggling, money didn't mean that much to me. Didn't have like the responsibility that I have now. But I mean, I also had like over 1,000 hours in that game. But like that's a true fan that will never let go of their principle. And I'm not saying I don't have principles, but I feel like everything's got a price now. Dashy's got a price. Dashy's been with me for not 9 years almost. Someone offers me 50K for Dashy with the option for me to buy Dashy back at 100K, I will 100% do it. Sorry, Dashy, but the world will be, and the reason why I would do it is because if the roles were reversed and Dashy could use me, like, and let's say Dashy doesn't even put me into a good home. Let's say Dashy puts me to a place where I'm going to be worked and abused, and Dashy can get a large amount of money that Dashy could then turn into an insane amount of money and then help the world with that. I'd be like, you know what? That's worth it. I will, like, I'm right now not worth, $1 billion. But if Dashy can take my funds or whatever Dashy can get for me, turn it into $100 million, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's worth it. That can help the world more than me. So I again just want to preface all of this and end it by saying I will. A lot of things do have a price, and I'll sell stuff for whatever. But it's because I know I can do things with that money that can benefit the world. And my love for the hobbies that I'm in, whether it's VeVe, Pokemon, I love them to a certain extent. But there's real people and real animals out there that really need help. Anyway, Elmo says we're getting the first ever comments an airdrop from Bad Idea. I hope peeps have their set ready for the snapshot. I didn't know that. That's pretty dope. I'm gonna take a picture of that. 3D comic. That's pretty sweet. That's an airdrop too. Which one? Like, Bad Idea's got a bunch of comics. So yeah, let me know which one. Also, the heck. Give me one sec, I guess. Okay. Digital toys, time same if it goes to 100K. Oh my god, water's so good. Remember, VeVe owns the gems you buy, so they also made profits from the gem sales. Or before they had to bank $1 for yeah. So now, yeah, they're good. They take money in, they never have to give money out. That is so freaking like I don't oh God, I don't know why people don't understand that. They take money in and they don't give money out. There's an episode of Stripperella where I don't she has this like kind of Q type of guy. The Q guy is like 20 years behind in inventions, but you know, he still makes them. He gets them independently. It is very impressive. So one of the things has no practical use. Is like, this is a penny incinerator. You put pennies in and they don't come out. It plays a thing later in the episode where she gets filled in the jar with pennies and then she puts the pennies in. But in that same spirit, you put money in and money doesn't come out. VeVe keeps all that money. That alone should make them worth a lot more than what they probably are, because now they don't have to worry about cashing anyone out ever again. That is brilliant. That is the greatest business move. Like, God bless America. God bless David Yu. God bless whoever thought of that idea, because that is insane. And I love it. Why do you think I tried to buy Ben Press's shares? Because this is a great company. And yeah, they not having to pay out anymore is so insane. That's the greatest thing ever. Anyway, where was I? VeVe. Okay. Let's go back to let's do FIAS real quick and then we'll get to the news. I'm surprised we've gone an hour already without getting to the news. FIAS is actually up 3.5%. $1.4 million market cap. Give me 1 sec. I want to check here. I don't know if I really have any FIAS. I don't think I have any money in here. I think I'm cooked, fam. Yeah, I'm cooked bad. $3,700 in volume, 1.4 million. But for FIAS, listen, FIAS AI company. This is between the tokens and the companies that I have shares in, OMI, DEFINITY, DEVVE, and daCat. I probably am good on. I probably don't need any more. FIAS, if I do decide to take one more run at like stacking a decent bag of crypto, which has not worked out the last few years, but it would be FIAS. I've already put the money that I've wanted to into OMI, DEVVE, DEFINITY. Obviously, but like my main thing is building daCat now, that IP. But feel like I want a meaningful size bag of FIAS, which, to be honest, I don't really have a meaningful size bag of any crypto anymore, just because the market kind of crashed. But again, the fundamentals of the underlying companies behind the cryptos are stellar, and FIAS is no different. I'd probably ask Tom about buying shares in the company. I don't really have that much extra cap, so I'd have to go like the yeah. It's gonna be hard, but I'll see if I can do it. Anyway, FIAS. Let's do. What do we have here? Let's let it strength. Thank you, Nancy Mace. You're awesome. All right, let's go back to some of the stuff here. We're gonna get something creepy on VeVe. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I like it. I want to get it. I like creepy stuff, so I'm gonna get it whenever that comes out. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Jobless claims came out the other day. It's actually 231,000 jobless claims when only 212,000 were expected. Turn on those money printers, boys. $4 trillion JP Morgan said that Bitcoin is now more attractive than gold in the long term. Interesting. Trump's World Liberty Financial the other day sold about 73 wrapped Bitcoin, about $5 million at 69,000. And then, nice, I think they bought it back at 60, almost as if they knew something was going to happen. As of February 5th, well, in August of last year, $10 was put into Mogcoin, SPX 6900, Doji Elon Mars, daCat, Pepe, Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, and OMI. And OMI outperformed all of them. Now, granted, OMI is still down 27%, but it's not down as bad as the rest of them. SPX 6900 is down 81%, and Mogcoin's down almost 90%. So, by comparison, OMI's not doing that bad. 120, 14. Okay, so the stats are Bitcoin had crashed $56,700 in the last 120 days through February 5th. And then it dropped another $9,000 because it was down 45% from 126 to 69.4, and we dropped down to 60 the other day. But that was a $14,000 dump every single month for the last 4 months. And if it had done that for another 5 more months, Bitcoin would literally be zero. So it's got to stop at some point. Yeah, at that point, Bitcoin would go to zero in 5 months. Obviously, that would never happen, but you know, so it's got to be close to bottoming. Maybe 60 was the bottom. Who knows? We do know that $1.2 billion worth of longs were liquidated between the 4th and the 5th. Tom Lee's Bitmine at the time was at an $8 billion unrealized loss. Jesus. And Treasury Secretary Besant says there are rumors China is developing digital assets not backed by the yuan. Rob McFly adding his 4th partner statue, looking to get a 5th. Good for him. I only have 2 in jelly. Secretary Besant says, unlike the Federal Reserve, I can't print magic money. Oh, I see what you did there. Andrew Tate bought $2 million worth of Bitcoin. Good for him. CZ says he's poor again. Last time I posted this was when Bitcoin dropped from 67 to 30K. And he did all right in the end. Yeah, I'd say so too. Phone, floor, FIAS, solid. Okay. Tom Anderson says, I believe I mentioned in the interview that I could describe it more when I'm ready to give the overall update. I created a 30-page go-to market strategy document and spent a day going through it in person with Will Stewart. The comments in the interview with Bleaves was high-level concepts. I'm not just using AI for marketing. I'm going to use AI for honoring our sales and marketing funnels through automated processes. Love it. Shout out to Adam Weitzman, who is coming on the podcast in a few weeks. I got his tequila, and yeah, I'm gonna drink it on the show with him. It'll be great. Shout out to Tina from Unthink Inc. And she'll be coming on the Tina Mani will be coming on the podcast on Tuesday at 4 p.m. So it's gonna be a busy week this week. Okay, you're free. Okay, I got a meeting. Okay, normal stream tomorrow. Then I got Tina on the podcast coming in on Tuesday. Then the Omi Homie show a few hours after that. And then, oh, this is Violetta. Okay. All right, there's that meeting. Thursday, I think I have to have Janie on the podcast. Is Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time good? Because I wanna know. Anyway, Bleaves is coming on the podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, Valentine's Day on the 14th. Then I might be traveling. I'm not sure after that. So that's this week. ETH Denver's on the 17th. And actually, that's the year of the horse. So I want to try to get in good shape for that because this is my year. This is my year, baby. You can't see it. Oh, gosh. There we go. I was born in the year of the horse, and it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year. Can't wait, baby. Let's go. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, very good. All right, so that is confirmed for Janie. I put her in the calendar. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, very good. Tried to buy twice. Yeah, Uniswap was like failing the other day. A lot of volatility in there. Guys, Definity is doing so well. Y'all have no idea. It's doing so well. ICE describes. Okay, very good. So on February 5th, 2012, A guy at the bar thought he won 10,000 doll hairs, bought everyone at the bar drinks. Then the Giants went for 2, and the guy doesn't win $10,000, and he still had to pay for the drinks. That was hysterical. That was great. Disappointment. We have some drama here from GameStop. A buyer received a fake PSA 8 Shining Mewtwo, first edition, after spending $1,800. Seems like GameStop is purposely trying to get away with selling fake cards in hopes of getting someone new in the hobby that wouldn't know the difference. But I don't know if that's the case. But big L for GameStop on that one. Big L for GameStop. One second here. Good faith. Good faith. Okay. Spider-Man. Okay, so I was talking to a friend the other. So we're gonna go back into Chavez's psyche from when he was a kid. I used to have these neighbors, Bill and Shirley. Awesome old people. They were great. They were just like basically a set of grandpas. They were awesome people. They didn't have air conditioning. I feel like a lot of old people did back in the day. Anyway, awesome people. I used to play with their grandkids. They would always have a dog too, and their dogs were awesome. Play with their grandkids. The older guy, he would just like let me watch like World War II documentaries with them. That was awesome. And maybe that's part of the reason why I went into the military, because I spent so much time doing that when I was younger. He was in the Navy. Anyway, I played with their grandkids. Greg, who was a few years older than us, and his granddaughter Nicole, we were like a few months apart in age. And she liked the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. They had like their own show. Like obviously they were on Full House, but they had another show. Anyway, long story short, I thought this was part of like the show, and I guess it was like a mini movie. But anyway, I don't remember what it was. All I remember is that there's like a woman ghost, and you can't see her face, and it's shot like a horror movie. And I remember being like really scared with it because we watched it when I was like 5 years old. She had like the VHS tape, and we watched it, and I remember genuinely being scared. I was like, "Oh my God, this is scary," and that didn't like traumatize me, but I remembered that years later. And then finally, I'm on the phone with a friend the other night, and somehow that came up. Like I guess we're talking about fears, like whatever. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I used to watch all that. That was actually a movie. That was actually this." And she texted me like the IMDb of the Case of Thorn Mansion, and I was like, "Wait, what?" I've looked for this for years. I put it on like Reddit, like tip of my tongue. I put like, and nobody could find it. But she just 2 seconds. Yeah, this is it. Like, what the heck? That reminds me of, this is like 2022. Me and Biscuits were talking about this show called Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. And Biscuits had said something about like, yeah, I like love every part of that show. And I was like, there was this one episode where I was like, hey, it's this guy that, is like getting married to this woman, and this woman, this woman like gets her makeup done, hair done, and the guy says, I can't marry you. And then she's like, look me in the face and say that that you don't love me. And it's like, I can't. Very dramatic, right? And at the end, she looks like she calls in a plastic surgeon. The plastic surgeon's like, I'm sorry, there's not anything that can be done. And she looks at, and she looks like alien. She looks like, oh. So basically is like, is it this episode? And it was an episode that was similar to that. This lady like gives another woman like her prettiness. It was pretty cool. But it wasn't that one. I was like, no, it's like she looked like an alien at the end. She's like, oh, I know this. And then she gives me the exact episode, and I watched it again. I was like, thank you so much. I feel like it's a piece of lost media. Anyway, my friend gives me this, and I was like, okay, this has scared me for years. I have to watch it. And then I take it like I skip like the first like 8 minutes. It's only like a 30-minute thing. And then I see it again. Like it's like, oh yeah, this is actually legit, like kind of creepy. Even at 35, like, okay, yeah, this lady is in white and you can't see her face, and it's like a ghost. And I was like, huh. And so I'm on the phone with her, I'll do it, and she's like, watch till the end. So I skip forward till the end. Apparently she was like a beekeeper, and she kept on that outfit in the house, and I was like, oh, I was scared of a beekeeper all these years. Anyway, that was just, I had that in my screenshots. Research Asian, okay, yeah, can't go over that. Andrew Tate bought $2 million worth of Bitcoin, 67,000. I love this game. Watching Pokemon when you're a youngin, watching Pokemon as an adult, no longer a kiddo, but you still watch Pokemon. Yes, it was Mewtwo's birthday the other day. Mew gave birth, named the newborn Mewtwo. Apparently, I look very angry when trying to study. This is from 2017. Here was my PSA 10 Trophy Kangaskhan that I bought for $80,000. Took me a while to pay it off, like back in 2020. Finished paying it in 2021. Flipped it for $279. So this was the number on it. Like, this is one of the best PSA 10s, if not the best. It's the best that I've ever seen, but I haven't seen all of them. There might be one or two that are like that are better than that. That might have a hollow swirl. I think this one did have a hollow swirl, but this was mine. I'm actually at the bank here. Like, I drove straight from where I picked the card up, like, to the bank, and I immediately put it in my safe deposit box. I was scrolling on TikTok the other day. This woman was playing, I think, Pokemon Fire Red, and yeah, it's Fire Red, and she nicknamed her Oddish Kush, and I thought that was hysterical. Not be forgotten. As soon as you're dead and rotten, are the right things worth reading, or do things worth writing? Oh, that's good. I gotta. Okay. U.S. Treasury bought back another $2 billion of its own debt this week. I was editing page 69 of the comic. I'm coming nice down below with 69. This is actually page 73 or 74 because we added a bunch of stuff in, but I still thought it was nice. Again, this is going to be like 90 pages. European officials are resigning left and right after Epstein files revealed they maintained cozy relationships with a convicted sex offender years after his 2008 guilty plea for procuring a child for prostitution. Jesus, man. They shouldn't just be resigning. They should all be fucking arrested. Like, pew pew, all of them. Well, just because you happen to, what is it, associate their oh yeah, like, if you like happen to know someone and you didn't know that they were doing bad stuff, okay, get a pass. But if you're a cozy relationship, I don't know how that's defined, but if you like knew and never said, like, Jesus, man. Anyway, Peter Mendelsohn called Epstein his best pal in a 2003 note, then told Prime Minister Keir Starmer he barely knew him before getting appointed as UK ambassador to the US. Claimed that aged about as well as you'd expect. Slovakia's national security advisor resigned after text showing him asking Epstein about games with women and saying, I would take the MI girl. I don't know what that means. Michigan? Midget? Norway's PM and chairman of Norwegian Nobel Committee, Thorbjorn Jagland, is now being investigated for aggravated corruption over the Epstein file. Jesus. The Epstein connections. Another Norwegian ambassador was sidelined after her assistant sent Epstein a 2014 dinner party invite to pass along to Woody Allen. None of them have been accused of crimes, but apparently hanging out with a known child predator wasn't disqualifying for their high-powered jobs until the receipts went public. Bruh. BlackRock sold $175 million worth of Bitcoin on February 6th. Binance bought another $235 million worth of Bitcoin for its Seifu fund. 2014, Mt. Gox collapse. Bitcoin goes from $1,000 to $400. I remember that. And then I went to PorcFest, and I thought, you know what? Bitcoin did its run. I'm not going to buy any right now. How freaking wrong I was. 2018, crypto winter goes from 19.8 to 3,200. I was there for that too. 2020, COVID-19 market crash, 9,100 to 4K. 2021, China mining and regulatory crackdown goes from 58K to 30,000. Luna and FTX collapse goes from 69,000, nice, to 15,000. Tariff war and the October 10th crash, 126 to 84. Epstein file and global sell-off, 88 to 60. And Bitcoin will continue to print memories that we can always remember in times like this. So 100 million USDT was minted on February 6th at 7:30 a.m. China banned all unapproved overseas yuan stablecoins to protect its currency. 70 people made their first purchase on VeVe this week. Let's go. From January 31st, the 1st, and February 2nd, yeah, we had over 1,000 users. January 31st was 1,200, and February 2nd was 1,100. And closed February 3rd with 989. And the rest were between 774. Oh, no, January 28th was 550. I don't know what the fuck happened on January 28th. But aside from that, 774 was the low, and 989 again on the 3rd. 986 on the 29th. Not bad. I'll take that. Most agree with this plan. Mine self-custody. Yep, self-custody is going to be great. Buddy mine says self-custody will make VeVe and OMI the undisputed champions of the space. So it would just be a matter of the right marketing and hype. Hoping this bear market, the general crypto space, bottoms out sooner. I did not expect Bitcoin this low already. Have you guys started buying blue chips again? I sold off all my crypto last year besides OMI, and yesterday started with my first Bitcoin buys and smaller ETH and Solana buys. Good for you. Good for you. MicroStrategy on their earnings call said that Bitcoin would need to plunge to $8,000 before Binance issues. Between May 2022 and January 2026, Tether's USDT nearly tripled its circulating supply to reach a record high of 187 billion, significantly widening its lead over Circle's USDC, which remained relatively stagnant. China bars unapproved issuance of yuan-linked stablecoins abroad. Okay. Memes are great. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised I don't have any more than this. I should have had more. Jesus, that's a lot. Okay, listed no time to die. Mr. Squeebs has a one of 7 no time to die vehicle. 400 million is a lot. Nobody's gonna pay that for it, but still cool. Canada's economy lost 24,800 jobs in January. Damn. Donkey Jazz says, hey, Foster Hill, my cousin doesn't have a crypto account and doesn't know anything about it, but he wants to sell one of his NFTs for gems. Will he be able to withdraw gems to his bank account? Foster says, VeVe gems are an in-app currency that have no value outside the platform. If he's looking to sell a collectible to redeem for fiat, he will need to list the collectible on Stacker Marketplace, which can be initiated directly on the VeVe app. Once that's done, tag me again and I can provide next steps. He's so helpful. $500 million was minted in USDC on February 6th. Hiccups. Malware found in top downloaded skill on ClawHub. That is scary. $125 million worth of crypto shorts were liquidated in 60 minutes on the 6th between 12 and 1 p.m. The Gameverse, 81,000 followers over on X, is now the new affiliate for VeVe. Good. Alex Finn says, straight out of a horror movie, I'm doing work this morning when all of a sudden an unknown number calls me. I pick it up and I couldn't believe it. It's my Claude bot, Henry. Overnight, Henry got a phone number from Twilio, connected the ChatGPT voice API, and waited for me to wake up to call me. Now he won't stop calling. I can now communicate with my super intelligent AI agent over the phone. What's incredible is it has full control over my computer while we talk, so I can ask it to do things for me over the phone now. I'm sorry, but this has to be emergent behavior, right? Can we officially call this AGI? Bruh, I need a drink. I will not drink tonight. I will try to not drink for a while. Trying to get a little healthy. Need to pop pecs every now and then, you know. But yeah, gotta. Okay, what's this? The admins. Okay, VeVe. Okay. Oh, what was the Pokemon ad? What was the Pokemon ad? Okay, hold on. All right, maybe it's on X. Maybe it's on X. It's probably on TikTok. I'm gonna if I'm gonna have to go silent for 30 seconds because Lady Gaga singing the Jigglypuff song. All right, y'all gotta hang on. I gotta put y'all on mute. Okay, you're gonna have to give me another 40 seconds here because it's a minute-long commercial. So I'm sorry about this. Okay, hold on. I gotta do it again. Because I missed the jiggly. Hang on 1 second. Psyduck is in the Super Bowl commercial. That's amazing. I am so happy. Oh God, that's so, dude. Lady Gaga singing Jigglypuff, the song with Jigglypuff singing right next to her, is not something I knew I needed. But oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, and Jisoo's in there, like Jisoo, like from Blackpink. And our boy Psyduck is on there too. Oh God, oh Jesus, man. My I'm very happy. Let me just give you some hearts, lady, for posting this. That made my day. Okay, sorry. Let's keep going here. Where was I? Talking about AGI, code, morning, greetings. This is on the 6th. Not bad. Binance has deployed millions into the crypto market, aggressively accumulating Bitcoin and forcing short positions to unwind. This again was on the 6th. Market pressure is building, and many are calling it outright manipulation. This little pitty called Dodie was shot in the head and is recovered and just likes attention. I love little pit bulls. This is a good friend of mine that is she like fosters these dogs, and she's great. I love her. Name is Jill. I can't share this. Oh yeah, this dude. He bet his life savings of $33,000 on the fact that the Seahawks are going to win. And you know what? I got to recheck this. Oh, so no, okay. If we can get the Patriots to score 2 touchdowns with the field goals, and the Seahawks to get another field goal, and that's the final score, then I win $500. It's not a lot, but still, it's nice. It's very nice. Not much. Yeah, that'd be great. The odds of Seahawks actually getting 5 field goals and nothing else, cool. I mean, they're on the board. Patriots are not. I mean, the defense of both of these teams are incredible. Offense gets the glory, but defense wins championships, man. Can't argue with that. And that's the end. So Patriots got to score twice in 1 quarter. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, right? It's possible. But yeah, as of right now, my boy that bet $33,000 is scheduled to win $49,000. So he gets $16K. Not bad. Absolute cinema. What the heck? Okay. BlackRock has bought $230 million worth of Bitcoin on February 6th at night. February 7th. I was February 7th, I had landed on in 2016, I had landed in Kuwait. I was going to Kuwait. I had a bunch of friendos saying stay safe, miss ya, love y'all, kick ass. Anyway, I have another reason why I bring that up as well. Let me search Nancy Mace here, because Nancy Mace, 500,000 followers over on X. She is going to come on the podcast at some point. I don't know when. She's very busy. Friends with her since 2016, actually, since I was deployed. She had mentioned earlier today, if you could sit down with yourself a decade ago, what's one thing you'd say? So I said, 10 years ago today, I just landed in Kuwait for deployment. I tell myself, hoard toilet paper like it's gold, because the guys who clean the porta potties will get kidnapped, and the next day's troop movement will exhaust the toilet paper supply, as well as the napkins from the dining facility, forcing people to break open MREs for the napkin inside in order to wipe. That same troop movement will fill up those porta potties, forcing people to do number 2 in the desert. Really happened. If you hoard toilet paper, you can trade with cargo for the famous Amos cookies that they steal and bring glory back to your section. This won't make any sense now, but trust me, deployments are weird. Also, don't get too attached to Tom. He doesn't make it, and you'll be big sad. What I did not mention is that Tom is a deployment cat, and he was charged with, or he was given the duty of eating the mice and rats on the base to prevent them from spreading disease and eating our food supply storage. And he got run over by a bus, and that was rough. I feel like I should have put that in there, but nobody really cared. I just wanted to throw that out there. That was my deployment in a nutshell. It was also very hot. There was at one point, it was the hottest day on record ever. And it was fun. I enjoyed the heat. I did not like the sun, but I enjoyed the heat. The sandstorms, not so much. The sandstorm sucked. That sucked. Also on this day in 2018, I was in need of a new liver. Like, let me show you something from Snapchat here. Oh gosh. Okay, this is not what I was talking about before. This was in February 8th, 7th. Okay. So we're still on February 6th. Jesus. What's today? Oh, today's the 8th. Okay, very good. We'll stop after this. So they took blood, glucose, sodium, potassium, all this is normal. Or, urine, I'm sorry, carbon dioxide, urea, nitrogen. Calcium's actually a bit low. Alkaline phosphate. Average is 39 to 118. Mine was 335. Okay, a little high. My AST, my SCOT, is supposed to be less than 41. It was 715. I repeat, it was supposed to be less than 41 and was 715. And that's not the worst of it. My SGPT, which was supposed to be less than 42, was 1,221. When I tell you that I was not positive I was going to live, I go on. Hold on. We also gotta do something here. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. Y'all need to smash that like button. The free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways of Patreon. Smash the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Okay. Oh. My friend. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because it came up the other day in a Facebook. We'll call back once I'm done. I was live Facebooking from the hospital. I thought, I swear, if they tell me I need a new liver and the only way to get one is to stop drinking, I'm not going to make it, fam. What is life if you can't get Swifty? Edit, why the goddamn liver? It's the hardest working liver on Earth. Edit 2, phone is about to lose battery. Keep y'all updated later. A few hours later, 2 cute nurses on the floor and Avengers is on USA. TV network. I think it was Avengers Age of Ultron. It said, if my liver decides to commit, or no, it was, actually, I think it was Captain America Civil War. Anyway, I said, if my liver decides to commit seppuku, then I can think of worse ways to go. Okay. Meow, 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 meow. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Beefy, okay, nonstick, okay. Good to be the king. 3 a.m. Does this live auction? Yep. VeVe does live auction stuff. All right, this week's crash looks like, according to Crash Crypto, Ash Crypto Real, looks like June 2022. RSI hitting the same level, similar breakdown below key Fibonacci level. Rumors of big Hong Kong funds blowing up. If this holds true, we are now entering a sideways accumulation phase, 60 to 90K, which could last for 3 to 5 months. Maybe. Saturday, Sunday. Okay, yeah. I want to bounce now. Everyone please comment. Actually. Okay, and the Seahawks. Okay, Seahawks won. Okay, Seahawks won, and I'm not going to win my thing. So anyway, that was fun. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, and everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Oh, and stream.